For today's video, we're taking an in-depth look at G.I. Joe Classified Series Courtney CoverGirl Krieger on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up out there, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another G.I. Joe Classified review. This time we're looking at Courtney CoverGirl Krieger, number 59 in the series. I got her from Hasbro Pulse, and it's time for her to get a video. So as usual, we're gonna do what we always do. Go over the package, go over the figure's articulation, perhaps talk about the figure somewhat, and give final impressions. So with that, we're gonna start with the packaging. All right, so CoverGirl seems to be a figure with a little bit of controversy surrounding it, with the windowless packaging, plastic-free packaging. A lot of copies have been reportedly showing up, broken and kind of things like that. There's also the portrait is not everybody's favorite. I don't know, from what pictures I've seen in the renders, I think she looks fine, but we're gonna look at mine and I'll give my impressions on the live, figure. Starting off on the packaging, of course, we've got G.I. Joe Classified Series. You got kind of a render here of the toy, and then you got the stylized artwork that all G.I. Joe Classified figures receive. A lot of people have complained about this artwork, but there's no unified style with the Classified line. And if anything, if I had any kind of bug with it, perhaps that would be my bug, that, previously the artwork was consistent, whatever it happened to be. But that's not the direction they're going in. I'm not trying to force them to go in that direction either. I'm okay with the artwork being a little bit more animated and stylized. If anything, maybe I feel like she's kind of kitty looking a little bit based on how they did the hair and everything. But that's totally just personal preference, and whatever. The artwork is fine. So that's the front of the package. On the side, you got a kind of a closer up look at CoverGirl riding the Wolverine. On the other side, you have her collector's number and statistics, which you can check on GIJoe.com. Actually, I think somebody was saying that they had changed the website. I don't know, but since I know what all these are, I'll go down them. So she has a 4 armor, a 1 light weapons, a 4 mechanic, and a 2 weapons engineering. So there you go. That's her stats. I'd say look them up on GIJoe.com, but I'm not sure if they're still there. On the back, we have the new back with symbols there again, and the equipment that the character comes with, and of course another render of it in action, G.I. Joe. All this crap down here doesn't mean anything except at GIJoe.com. And I do like the presentation of the boxes. It doesn't bother me so much that they went to windowless packaging. It just doesn't. It never did. What would bother me is if I got a figure that was broken. But hey, that's what return policies are for. So here is the top 59 G.I. Joe. Next up, we're going to get her out of the package and onto the turntable. Stay tuned. All right, so we've got CoverGirl on the turntable with her accessories. She doesn't come with a ton of accessories. I guess if we're going to count the belts, she has, 7 accessories, because this is a separate belt, and these 2 are belts, and then the 4 loose items. She is a partial of the Lady J figure earlier released. Basically her legs and midsection, pants and boots are reuses from Lady J. The rest, I believe, is new. Not even the shirt. The shirt is just a shirt. It's not like a jumpsuit like Lady J's. And figure looks good. Was everything I hoped it would be thus far. As far as the portrait, mine doesn't seem to have like overly super amount of makeup. Yes, she does have, obviously she does her eyeshadow and lipstick because she's a model. But I don't see really what all the complaining is about. It looks good. I don't think I would swap this head with anything. There's no need. She's got her little shirt on, and she's got kind of a modest cleavage. And that's kind of cool. Character, you couldn't really see the cleavage on the original G.I. Joe Real American Hero figure that I'll show right here. But, tastefully done, and I do have a loose arm, but it's not coming off. So that whole thing, right, is really because of how tightly the figure is sort of bound in the packaging, with the arms being, a little bit more spindly from a relative perspective, her being a female. They're tightly in there, and usually it's this arm that I've seen be broken. I'm sure people got all kinds, I'm sure there's an equal number of broken left arms as opposed to right arms, but it's not broken. It's not really coming off either, but it was sort of tightly in there. The detail on the figure is nice. I do like it. So we're gonna, for articulation, she has her pinless arms. She's got her wrist rocker there, swiveling bicep. You can T-pose her out pretty good there. Head looks down pretty far, kind of looks up, but of course the jacket's going to do some preventiveness of that. You can tilt the head like that. The ab crunch is modest, but it does go back pretty far. And of course the jacket, can't really take the jacket off because you can't do much about the sleeves. Of course, she has the usual G.I. Joe Classified Series drop down legs, thigh swivel, knee joint, and ankle rocker, which she borrowed from Lady J. And that is her articulation. She works out pretty good. I don't feel any stress in the legs, no really stress in the arm. Nothing that you can't overcome. So there you go there. Then we have her accessories. She's got her wrench, which is a repair tool, as well as potentially a melee weapon. She's got her data pad with the Wolverine on it, which of course is reminiscent of the original figure, who had sort of a data pad like thing on the 1983 figure. So that's cool. Callback. She's got this pretty cool pistol that I've not seen anywhere else in the line. It does support blast effects. There's a little hole there. And then of course she has a kind of combat shotgun, which interestingly enough, I kind of wish Falcon came with this rather than the one he came with, but we'll get more into that when I do the Falcon review. It's nicely molded, generic shotgun, a little bit of a paint app there. So next we will get her geared up. All right, so we got her geared up. Their accessories, as usual for G.I. Joe Classified, most of them can be stored somewhere on the figure. In this case, just a shotgun. There's no space for storage there, but her pistol holsters in nicely. The data pad fits in perfectly, and the wrench sits well in there. She's got her shotgun. She can convincingly hold it without too much trouble or hassle, and she looks really good. Cover Girl, of course, is the second female character to be released in G.I. Joe. She was the Wolverine driver from 1983, and what also was one of the first figures that I encountered, because back in the day, it was there was a lot more gaps between how long it took for people to get new figures than it is now. We're getting new stuff all the time. It wasn't like that back in 1983. But she was always, kind of a cool figure. And this one definitely gives me some reminiscence of her appearance on the cartoon as well. So there's that. In the not from the mass device kind of mini movie, but the regular series. So yeah, she looks good, man. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like G.I. Joe Classified fans just never are satisfied, and I don't want to seem like I'm just easily satisfied, but I just legitimately don't see what's wrong with the figure. I like it. I like adding Joes to my roster, so she definitely fit the bill for that, and I will gladly accept her into my collection. All right, so I'm going to move on to final thoughts. All right, the Joe team's original glamour gal, Cover Girl, makes a big splash in the G.I. Joe Classified, and I'm very happy to get her. I do think that everything sort of works out on the figure. Maybe the clasps are too tight that keep her in, but that's not the fault of the figure. She's really good. Another seriously great G.I. Joe Classified release. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and give her a 9 way I got it figured, and the reason why I'm gonna do that is because she's not 100% a new figure. So I'll take a point off for her being partially retooled, but 9 is a great rank. She's good. Really like her. My copy seems to be okay, and that's another feather in the cap of Hasbro. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and continuing to watch the videos. It does help, you know, for me to be motivated to continue doing them. Hopefully I'm adding value to the action figure community in some small way. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Give me a like. Also comment, what do you feel about Cover Girl? How do you feel about her as a character, as a toy? And you know, if you plan to swap out the head. I know a lot of people are doing that. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you again. I appreciate you all, and everybody stay safe. I will see you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.